Good morning, sir. My name is John Lloyd, admin number 221497B. And today I'm going to be showing you my Lab 6. So firstly, I'm going to be presenting my FSM, where I have 5 states, and as state 1 is the standby stage, where everything is false and RGB will be green, waiting for presence. And presence is only true when the HBT, human body temperature, is more than the threshold. At this point, the RGB will become yellow. As state 2, this very same process where RGB yellow and presence is true will keep looping until it senses that there is no more motion. And when presence is true and there's no more motion, RGB will become yellow, inactivity counter will begin counting. And this will be at state 3. If at state 3, presence is false, the RGB will go back to green, counter will become 0, and you become at state 1. However, if motion is false, it will keep counting. It will keep counting for 2 minutes. However, if there is presence detected, if there's motion detected before 2 minutes, it will go back to state 2, the counter will be 0, and the RGB will be yellow. However, if it reaches 2 or more minutes, the inactivity reminder counter will start and the buzzer will be true. And that will bring us to state 4. If at state 4, there's motion detected before the inactivity reminder counter threshold, it will go to state 2, the buzzer will be false, counter will be 0, RGB will be yellow. However, if it keeps counting and reaches the threshold for the inactivity reminder counter, the RGB will become red and the alarm will be set off. That will bring us to state 5. At state 5, this will continue looping until motion is true and RGB will be yellow and alarm will be turned off, bringing us back to state 2. However, if it is at state 5 and presence is false, RGB will become green, alarm will turn off, and it will bring us to state 1. And at state 4, if presence is false also, the counter will be 0, RGB will be green, buzzer false, and it will also bring us to state 1. And now I'll be sharing you my circuit.
So right now we are at state 1 with presence and motion is false. Now when this presence is detected and motion is true, we are in state 2. And when motion is false, we will then move on to state 3, where the inactivity counter will start counting. And once it reaches the threshold, which is 3, we will start the reminder counter and the buzzer. And once that reaches 3 seconds, which is the threshold, it will sound the alarm. This is in state 4. Now we are in state 5. And from state 5, if I point the sensor away, it will detect that it's vacant and it will be in state 1 again. If you go into state 2, where presence is true and motion is true, we're in state 2. And when motion is false, we are in state 3. And if from state 3, presence is no longer true, we will go back to state 1. And now we will go back to state 4 to show that it will go back to state 1 when presence is false. Right now we are in state 2. State 3. Now in state 4, and when the sensor is pointed away, back to state 1. Now it will go back to state 5. So this is state 3 now. stage 4. And at state 5, when presence is false, it goes back to state 1. Okay, now we go back to state 4 when it detects that presence is true again. When motion is true again. So now it's in state 4, and if it detects motion again, it goes back to state 2. And if you were to go back to state 5 and detects motions again, it will go back to state 2 as well. So now that we are in state 5 and motion is detected, we are in state 2. Now I'm going to show you how the button works. If I press button C once, it will go to the human body temperature. Button B is to -1, A is to +1. Press C again, it will go to activity counter, -1, +1. Press C again, it will go to the reminder counter, -1, +1, and you press C one more time, it resets.